Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, who am I anymore? I mean, I love my kids. I love being a mom. I love being a wife. But somewhere along the way, I disappeared. I mean, do you even remember the last time you did something just for you without guilt, without the list of million things hanging over your head? Getting back to you doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't even have to be big. It doesn't even have to consume time. Just a little spark can bring you back to life. Yeah. So, and this is the case, why do moms lose themselves? Now, let's break this down. The interesting fact is that motherhood rewires our brain. It's like overnight, our identity is buried under laundry, carpool, the what's for dinner question. Now, I'm not talking about the sweet, intentional mothering moments. That's precious. But the part where your sense of self vanishes, and society doesn't really help here because we tend to hear, oh, this is just a season, or wait and see, wait it out. I see some of you nodding because we all tell ourselves this, but waiting it out doesn't work. You're still in there. She's hiding. Your creativity is hiding. And the longer you ignore her, the more invisible she feels. So here's a quick question for you. I want you to go ahead, grab a notebook, even your phone. I want you to jot this down. What's one thing you miss about yourself from before kids? What's one thing you miss about yourself from before kids? It could be dancing, it could be building, painting, baking, binge reading books. Yeah, that's me. Crafting, singing at the top of your lungs, whatever it is, write it down. Now, this exercise, that's your first step in remembering that you exist outside of motherhood. But now let's talk about that phrase. Just wait it out. I mean, people mean well. We know that when they say it. But honestly, waiting is just a sneaky way for your creativity to disappear. Waiting keeps you stuck because as you're waiting, you're not doing anything. You don't progress. You don't nurture that part of yourself. And I promise, doing small, consistent stuff, starting small and consistently, that starts to chip away at the feeling of invisibility. Now, I'm not talking about hours in a studio. I'm talking about 10, 15, 20 minutes, 20 minutes a day of doing something that reminds you that you are a creator, that you are someone with ideas, someone with a vision. You have something beyond the checklist of motherhood. Now, I want you to think of it like a tiny seed, okay? Even if you plant it in the busiest week, just a little attention every day helps it grow. That seed, that's your identity. That watering, that nurturing, that's your creative time. So can you imagine if you just took 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of doing something creative, something small each day? Can you imagine how you would feel, how you would develop, how you would grow after a while? So how can you add small creative acts? How would this look in real life? I mean, yeah, I can say all this, but you're probably thinking, now how can I add this into real life? Well, you could start maybe like doodling in a notebook while the kids are napping. Maybe even writing a short story or journaling your morning thoughts while you have your coffee. Or even that short story when you're telling your kids, when you're making up stories and telling them, write it down. Write it down as you're talking about it, or even record it. Maybe it's even cooking a new recipe, one new recipe, and actually enjoying the process of cooking it, not because you have to feed your family, but the process of making it, planning it, cooking it. Or it could even be rearranging a corner of your home in a way that just feels like you. I mean, I've seen moms come alive with just doing the tiniest of things, like just 15 minutes to focus on something that's just their own. Now, here's the fun part. It doesn't have to be perfect. Throw perfection out the window. I want you to remember it's about reconnecting not perfection, not producing a masterpiece. The goal isn't even the end product, it's the process. Now, let me tell you, or maybe I should caution you, you can lose yourself in the doing if you stop worrying about how it looks. Trust me, I know. I've gone in planning to spend like 10 minutes on something, and an hour has gone by, and I'm still working on it. I'm enjoying it. Now you might be thinking, okay, Christy, it's all fine and dandy for you to say all this, but I literally have zero time. I understand that. I get that. But what about this? What about if we get creative with our creative time? I want you to do what I call micro moments. Now, this means taking 15 minutes here and there and putting it aside. Like, for example, if you're dropping your kids off for an activity, if you're waiting in the car, start with that time. Even if it's just putting 10 minutes of that time aside and working on it. How about while laundry is drying? I mean, we know dryers take a long time. Start with that. How about even after bedtime when the house is finally quiet? I mean, come on, mama, you deserve that. No excuses. And the best part is that these tiny moments, they start to compound. And soon you feel like yourself again without even taking a whole day to do it. Now, if you're in a situation where you need help narrowing down your ideas or even starting to create time for those micro moments or even making this a habit, come and join our community of moms with the same desire. Come and join us because we're going through the same thing. Creating our micro moments, making a habit out of creativity, enjoying that part of ourselves, bringing it back alive. Now, if you're still having trouble picturing this, imagine this for a second. A mom of 3 who's felt invisible for years. Within a month, she feels more confident, energized, present. She starts speaking up. She starts connecting with friends again. And yes, she even starts an online shop just for fun. Now, that 10 minutes, that changed everything for her. It was about reclaiming part of herself that got buried under the mom label. So, what can you imagine that happening to your life? Can you imagine you starting with micro moments and it growing from there? Now, I have homework for you. Yes, homework. I want you to pick one small creative act, okay? One tiny act. Now, I know you have a million ideas, but I want you to just pick one. And pick one that's easy to do, fast to do, easy win, okay? And do it for 10 to 15 minutes each day. No judging, no comparing, and no guilt. Just you. And I want you to notice what happens to your energy, your mood, your connecting to yourself. And don't be surprised when you start feeling like yourself again. I can promise you that. You're gonna change. You're gonna notice changes. So, mama, it's time. It's time for you to use that creative superpower that you use on everything else, everyone else. It's time to use it on yourself. Come on. It's time. Come on. Come and join us. Start being creative. Bring that part. Bring your ideas to life. It's time for you to do that. So, until next time, I will see you. Bye-bye.